Hello everyone, I am back with another from our scrap bin layout, and I'm excited about this one because I've pulled out a bunch of papers, and I'm really happy because I'm not even going to really have to cut many of the papers up. So let me just go through my thought process really quick and why I pulled certain things and how I pulled these things, and then we'll move on with the layout. First of all, I'm doing this picture of my husband, and it cracks me up because he's trying to give the dog a kiss, and the dog is just not having it. The look on her face just cracks me up. So, I thought that this pattern paper went perfectly with the photo. So this is what caught my eye when I was going through the pattern papers in my scrap bin. And this is typically how I will start my layouts, is with a pattern paper, or like a multicolored pattern paper. Then I went in and I pulled some other colors, and I thought I would just stick with like the blues and greens and then bring some of the other colors in the embellishments. Now this was already cut that way, so I'm going to use it that way. And then I brought in some of these. I thought I had, maybe I didn't. Anyway, so this piece, you guys, is an old We Are Memory Capers from 2013. The background is from 2014 crate paper. So I am super excited to be using up not only scraps, but old items in my stash. So let's go ahead and get started with the process, and I will talk you through the rest. All right, so as you can see, I have used the strips kind of just how I found them in my scrap bin. And I thought the circle paper in the back for the background really worked out well with that half circle piece of paper. And that's kind of what led my design, is just what shapes my paper was already cut in. So I'm gonna layer up this photo with just some scraps. And I'm going to tear a few edges of the scraps. So you're going to see in the close-ups, probably you can see it better, that each of the three papers are torn on one side, but each paper is torn on a different side. So it adds a little bit of texture that then kind of breaks up all of the straight lines of this layout. I don't know if I'm going to, I'm sorry because I was cutting and tearing. I typically do it closer to my body, and unfortunately it was not done in camera. So I really apologize for that. But I want you to be sure to check out the ladies' links below, because they have, I'm sure, I can't wait to watch them, some amazing layouts. And you'll see all different ways of how we all are using our scraps. And I think it's really fun. And I'll tell you what, not only am I using my scraps up, but I'm using up a lot of those random embellishments because of the way I store my embellishments. I typically store embellishments with collections until the collections get to a point where I'm not going to be using them. You know, I don't have enough to use for one layout, and then I will break everything up. But this is allowing me to really use up a lot of those random bits and pieces of my embellishments, along with all of those random bits of scraps. So I feel like I'm really getting a lot of use from doing that. You know, a lot of use out of things that have been sitting around while doing this series. So this is, for instance, that reel. Those are like kind of canvas letters. I don't know where they're from. They're so old. So my photo, my title is called Real Awkward. And I basically did that title because I knew I wanted to use that reel. But this photo, the look on my dog's face when my husband is trying to give a dog a kiss is just like, really? You know, not now, Dad. you know, totally blowing him off. And it just makes me laugh so hard. So I went through a bunch of my thickers and word stickers and everything, and I saw the word awkward, and I was like, perfect, that can be my title. I do not have the most witty titles, like I've said in many of my videos before, but this one, you know, it tells the story, I think. So at least what I perceive as the story by the look on my dog's face. So, all right, what am I doing here? This is going to go by really super, super quick. Oh, I'm going to put some foam on the back of my photo, pop that up a little bit, and I'm going to be doing basically, instead of embellishment clusters, I will have one embellishment cluster up at the top right, but the others are going to be kind of going down the left side of my photo. And that is partly because I had a lot of word embellishments, and I didn't want them to be necessarily in a bunch of clusters all over, you know, the layout. So I had that piece, that banner piece, which was already cut in a banner, and I went ahead and slipped that under the photo, and I pulled that camera, which the colors go really well with the colors in the layout. So I know I'm going to pull that down to the bottom of the layout because all of those blues are already at the top. I'm thinking about using that wood veneer that I bought. It's a speech bubble, like wood veneer frame type thing. But I end up deciding I don't want to bring in any yellows. I just want to kind of keep this with some of the red, the blues, and the greens. So you'll see I do change my mind on that in here in just a minute. And oh, now here's this chipboard from Vicki Boutin. And I didn't like it when I was making the layout, but looking back on it, I'm like, ooh, you know what? That probably could have worked there. But I'm just going to go with what I have because, you know, it is what it is. I'll use it on another one. So I got this arrow out of, like I said, I have a color binder that's separated in colors with embellishments by color. And I got that arrow and I thought it would be perfect to point to awkward. And you'll see how I connect all of that here soon. On the left, I just have this sticker out of an old sticker book that says, "Love this face." And then I switched out that speech bubble that I originally had there with this one from that same sticker book that says LOL. And I did that because I like the size, and I also like that it ties those two red colors. So I've got red at the bottom under the photo, red in the middle of the layout, and red at the top. So that color red is taking me all the way from the bottom to the top of the page, or from the top to the bottom of the page. I have these cork little arrows that were from Studio Calico that are super, super old, and I thought they would work perfectly, just kind of pointing out the title there on either side. Right now, I have only one on each side. You're going to see I'm going to add an additional arrow here in a little bit. So here I go with all of these words. The second one says photo of the day. And the reason why I wanted that one there is because I have black in the title, black at the bottom where I put smile for the camera, and then I wanted some black in the middle to tie that all together. I love using numbers in my layouts, even though they don't mean anything, except to me, it has to be the number that represents how many people or animals or whatever are in the layout. So I use that number 2 just for really a space filler there to connect the camera up to the rest of the items. But I think in my mind, it goes really well because there's 2 people there. Now I'm going to build a cluster at the top, and I want to make sure that I have some black, some red, and some aqua, because that's kind of what I have going on in the rest of the areas of the layout. So I found this old black label that I'm going to use up there. And again, just ties the black from the bottom to the top. And that's really the only reason why I added that additional layer. I'm not sure if I already did this. I think I did. I added a cork layer to, or cork arrow to the bottom, and a lime green heart to tie all of the green together from the top to the bottom. So we have the arrow, the green paper, and then the green heart at the bottom. So here I'm going to add, yeah, now is where I'm going to add those additional arrows, I think, to the title, because I just felt like they were kind of wimpy. So by adding that second one, I just think it gives it a little more presence. I really should add like a cork heart or something cork to the top, but I'm not going to worry about it. So here are all my close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this process. I hope this inspires you to get out those scraps and try creating with them and using up your stash. I hope you like this video again. I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and the like button so that YouTube will play this video often, or have it show up in people's feeds. So thanks so much, guys, and come back again. Bye.